August 6, 1945. A bright summer morning in Hiroshima, Japan. Children walk to school. Workers begin their daily routines. The city hums with ordinary life. But high above the clouds, a single aircraft approaches, carrying a weapon unlike anything the world has ever known. This is the minute-by-minute story of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, the event that ended a world war and changed the course of human history forever. By mid-1945, the world had already endured 6 years of war. Germany had fallen, Adolf Hitler was dead, but Japan refused to surrender. American planners feared that a full invasion of Japan could cost millions of lives, soldiers and civilians alike. In secret laboratories across the United States, scientists working on a project known as the Manhattan Project had built the most powerful weapon ever created, a bomb fueled by the energy of the atom itself. On July 25th, President Harry S. Truman approved the use of this weapon if Japan did not accept unconditional surrender. Days later, the stage was set for a moment that would reshape humanity's destiny. At 2:45 in the morning on August 6th, a B-29 superfortress named Enola Gay lifted off from Tinian Island in the Pacific Ocean. Its mission, to deliver a single bomb, codenamed Little Boy, weighing nearly 10,000 pounds, and loaded with uranium. On board were 12 men. At the controls, Colonel Paul Tibbets, their target, the Japanese city of Hiroshima. At 7 a.m., Japanese radar detected the approaching aircraft, but no alarm was raised. Authorities assumed it was just another American weather plane. The sky above Hiroshima was clear. The city had no idea what was coming. At 8:09 a.m., the Enola Gay reached Hiroshima. The bombardier, Major Thomas Farabee, took control. Below them, the Ioi Bridge, shaped like a T, it was the aiming point. Colonel Tibbets gave the final order. Bomb bay doors opened. At 8:15 a.m., Major Farabee pressed the release button. The bomb fell for 43 seconds. Then, at an altitude of 1,900 feet, it exploded. In a single instant, the morning sun was outshined by man-made light. A fireball more than 1,000,000 degrees hot erupted over the city's heart. The ground beneath turned to ash. Human shadows were burned into walls. Everything within 1 mile of the blast simply disappeared. Wooden houses burst into flame. People walking in the open were vaporized. Tens of thousands died instantly. The blast wave rolled outward, smashing buildings, tossing cars, tearing bodies apart. Within seconds, Hiroshima became an inferno. Those who survived the first seconds found themselves in a world of fire and darkness. The city burned. The sky turned black. Smoke and dust blotted out the sun. Burned survivors, their skin hanging in ribbons, wandered the streets calling for water. The rivers filled with the wounded and the dead. Hospitals were gone, doctors killed, families lost. Then came something unseen. A silent killer the world had never faced before. Radiation. By evening, black rain fell, a poisonous mixture of soot, ash, and radioactive dust. 70,000 people were dead before nightfall. Tens of thousands more would die in the weeks to come. Far away in Washington, D.C., a coded message reached President Truman. The operation had been successful. He announced to the world that the United States had dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. Truman warned, if Japan did not surrender, more such weapons would follow. Japan's leaders hesitated. They argued. They hoped the United States had only one bomb. 3 days later, on August 9th, a second atomic bomb, Fat Man, was dropped on Nagasaki. This time, over 75,000 people died. Finally, Japan's Emperor Hirohito spoke to his people for the first time in history. he announced Japan's surrender. World War II was over. By the end of 1945, an estimated 140,000 people in Hiroshima were dead. Thousands more would die from cancer and radiation sickness for decades to come. The atomic bomb ended a world war, but began something new, the nuclear age. Humanity now possessed the power to destroy itself. Today, Hiroshima stands rebuilt, a city of peace, remembrance, and resilience. Near the hypocenter, the Genbaku Dome still stands, a haunting silhouette against the modern skyline. Every year, on August 6th, people gather along the Motoyasu River. They light paper lanterns and let them drift across the water, each one carrying a wish, a name, a memory. Hiroshima, one morning, one bomb. One moment that changed the world forever.